Hi everyone, welcome to Anna's Nail Advice, a series where you guys send me pictures of your troubled nails, and I, as a nail technician of 25 years, try to figure out what's happening to your nails, and I try to help you improve your nails. I do have a paid service where you guys can submit the pictures and your story, but I also get a lot of emails, questions, and where people ask to help, so I try to do as much as I can, kind of pro bono, and I share then these stories with you guys here on YouTube because I get a lot of similar questions, so this might help many people. In today's video, we're going to be looking at damaged nails again. This seems to be a common topic. This person emailed me saying, I'm hoping you might be able to give me some insight. I came across your videos on YouTube and started watching them. I had never really paid much attention to my nails and I always do them myself when I paint them. I have short nails currently, and when they grow out, they always break off and are brittle. More concerning is the color of my nail beds. As I'm editing the video, I just noticed that I didn't correct the nail bed versus the nail plate situation. So the nail bed is underneath. That's where the nail plate is sitting upon. So the nail plate is growing, the nail bed is underneath. And this is really important. And I'm not trying to be obviously picky, but I'm just trying to teach everyone the proper terms because we have to speak the same language. In order for me to help you, we have to speak the same language. And this is why I'm correcting these things. Could this discoloration be from the metal cuticle pusher? Okay, so let's look at the pictures. And you know what? It is very, very important to take very good quality pictures because if the light is not shining properly on the nails, I can't see the texture of the nails and I can't really see what's going on. So at the end of this video, I just included a very, very quick video, me showing you how to take pictures of your nails, because very often people take like this picture, the nails are in the shadow, right? So I can't really see the texture of the natural nails. But let's look at these nails, because you see, I have to blow them up. So that's why they have to have a very good quality. Okay, so first thing that I see, that could be, well, the first thing that I see is that redness, and yes, you are correct. This is probably from very kind of rough treatment. So I see also, the second thing that I see is, let me just move myself over here. I also see that you probably cut the skin around your nails, and this could lead to some inflammation, which possibly is not it's not helping the nails. And yes, probably from like scraping that area. So when the nail grows out, you will see these patches. Yes, so what I would recommend, I wouldn't be really concerned because now we know what's happening, but I would definitely be very, very gentle. And I think what's happening is very often people go too long between the manicures, and then when they're ready to do the manicure, this whole area has really became very hard and very stuck to the nail, and then they have to put a lot of pressure in order to kind of separate it, and then they try to cut it. So what I recommend, in many of my videos you probably have seen that, is that it's much, much better to do manicures weekly, because then you are keeping on top of everything. And even every couple of days you can just push back the living skin. Now there are two pieces of skin, and very often, and this is so common, and even our industry is not calling this area correctly. So what people do is they just call this whole area a cuticle. It's like a vague area, which doesn't make a lot of sense. And this is what confuses people, because cuticle is this white part on the nail. Like, let's say we can see the cuticle here, but all this area that people often cut, it's not a cuticle. This is your living skin. It's a living skin. It's also called proximal nail fold, but you don't have to remember that. It's just living skin around the nails. So the minute you realize that this is just skin around the nails, then you start understanding how to treat it. So if that skin is dry, put cream on. Don't cut it, because you know, if your knees are, you know, the skin is dry on your knees, you're not gonna take scissors and try to cut the dry skin off. That's not how you fix dry skin. So first, what I would recommend is to soften this area, to really take care of this area so this does not happen. Because it's easy for me to say, I'll just be gentle, but when this skin is really hard, well, how can you be gentle, right? So what I would recommend, I don't see any, okay, there is some inflammation. So you wanna wait until the inflammation is gone before you use Carousel, because you don't wanna use Carousel on any broken skin. And Carousel is it's a very thick ointment that has urea and also has salicylic acid. So it has ability to really soften that skin, but you don't wanna be putting it on a skin that is hurt. So what I would first recommend is just to use pure Vaseline. That's the safest thing you can do around the nails. And just for this area to heal, and just keep massaging the Vaseline at night especially, and then maybe using a drop of jojoba oil after you wash your hands, and just wait for this area to heal a little bit, like all these areas. Once that heals, then I would definitely recommend using Carousel every night. And then after you take a shower or something, just gently push the living skin back, just nudge it, okay? I don't want to even use the word push, just nudge it. And when you do that on a regular basis, the skin is going to sit much nicer around the nail. It's going to be much more elastic, and it's going to be much easier to take care of. Now, what I would recommend is to wait until this whole area is not calloused anymore, because as you can see, like when someone is cutting that skin, the skin is trying to protect itself and it gets harder, right? It gets calloused. So I would wait and use the Carousel overnight until that skin is nice and supple. And then what I would recommend, and keep pushing or nudging that skin back every couple of days, and you'll see how much better the nails are going to look, and your manicure is going to be super, super easy after this couple weeks, let's say. So let's just say in 2 to 3 weeks. Okay, so the first week, I'm going a little bit off topic here. First week, probably Vaseline until all of this heals. Then week number 2 or 3, then you would want to use the Carousel every night. And that skin is really going to get more elastic, and it's going to exfoliate that skin. The skin is going to look beautiful. And after that, then you can proceed with a very gentle manicure, and you can use Blue Cross. So again, you would push or you would nudge back that skin, and then you just put a little drop of the Blue Cross and work with one hand at a time. Just a little drop, wait a minute or two, and then just take don't use the metal scraper, because obviously the metal one is just a little bit too harsh, okay? And then what you want to do is just grab a wooden stick, like the birchwood or orangewood stick, and just gently remove the cuticle from the nail plate. And it's going to be much easier because that cuticle is not going to be excessively there on the nail. And unfortunately, these damaged areas are going to have to grow out, and there is no way of really repairing it. So once the nail is gone, it's gone. So our natural nails have, I don't know, between 50 to 100 layers. And they actually are growing underneath the fold, the proximal nail fold, underneath the skin here. And when the nail is made, it's just being pushed out this way. So the nail is it's not growing from underneath, it's growing from here. So once this is damaged, there's nothing really you can do about it. You can just condition and protect it. So just don't get frustrated. Just make sure that you have enough patience so this area will grow out. And I kind of see that this probably is a new thing for you, okay? So you probably got this tool and you started using it, I would say 2 months ago or something, right? So this is 1 month, 2 months, because I don't see any redness on the ends. So this is kind of healthy, and this is kind of healthy, but these areas are very, very overfiled, like not overfiled, but they're thinned out. So expect some breaking. So keep the nails nice and short. I would file them, I would not clip them, and just really protect them with the oils. So let's just see how the other nails look. Okay, so as you can see, I have a bit of a better picture. Okay, so this is exactly what I need. I need the light on the nails. So as you can see, these areas are definitely thinned out, but the nails are not that bad. And I really don't think that they're brittle. I think once the nails grow out a little bit, you probably would be able to use something like the Mavala K Plus, which is a very gentle hardener, and it's like a water-based hardener, so it's not in a nail polish. But I would definitely take care of this skin first. Like that would be my first thing. And just file them very, very gently. What I would do here when it comes to filing the nails, you see how they kind of flare out a little bit. And yes, you have to be very careful when you are filing the sides of the nails, because you can overfile them and you can actually weaken them. But sometimes when they grow like this, I take a very thin file, just like the metal files, and you can just, I'm not sure if I can make this bigger. Okay. What I would do, I would just remove that little part, not going into the pink part, just removing it here, just slightly. And so the nails then will grow a little bit slimmer. Also, wearing just a clear nail polish on the nails sometimes changes the shape of the natural nail a little bit. So that's an idea, just a clear nail polish. It would help probably in your case. Okay, again, you see these ones are in the shade, so I can't really see the texture. What I can see is this one. I can see the texture. So this is pretty good, pretty healthy. You have good nails. Just a little bit of shaping and taking care of that skin. And very often it's tempting because once the skin is like this, people like to pick. But try not picking it and try not cutting it, because as you can see here, this has been cut and then it's going to start fraying. And this is why it frays like this, because it's been cut. So don't cut the skin around the nails would be my advice. And your nails actually look very good. So if, let's say, your nails could use some Mavala, I would not use the Mavala on the thumb because the thumb looks stronger. And that's a very common thing. I do use Mavala sometimes myself, but I find that I don't need it on all my nails. I don't need it on my thumb. But thumbs, I have two, but the other nails actually benefit from it. Yeah, the poor nails, the poor nails. But you know what? Your nails actually have a very nice shape. So I think once the skin heals, and I'm super excited, I would really love to see your nails in a month or two. I think you can, the shape is going to definitely change, and when the skin is not as swollen, it's going to look so much better. So if you could send me pictures in like a month or two, I would really appreciate it. And just be very, very gentle with your nails. And also keep them short until this whole damaged part is going to grow, because I don't want to scare you, but they're going to probably get a little worse before they get better. So don't give up. Probably this is going to take like 1 to at least 4 months probably for the nails to grow, because the damage is all the way up here. Okay, so at least 4 months. So have patience. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you soon. Bye. Okay, in this very quick video, I'm going to show you how to take pictures if you are submitting them so I can look at them. Okay, so if the nails are like this, I can't see anything. Even though the room is bright, you can't see anything because the nails are in the shadow, in the shade or shadow. This is a little bit better, but not really. You need a bright light. So I have a lamp here. I'm going to turn the light on. And here, when my hand is between the camera and the lamp, the nails are still in a shadow. Now, can you see? This is better. So the nails now are, the lamp is between the camera and my nails, and the light is bouncing off the nails. But you can also do, it's even better, so the camera does not focus on the background, is use a white background. And now wait for the camera to zoom in properly, and now take a picture. All right, when it comes to the thumb, I find it's easiest not to do it this way, because sometimes the camera doesn't know what to look at. It's better to do it this way, or even this way. Can you see? And look for the light. Okay, so my nails have polish on them right now, but and it's best if you take polish off. But look for the light. When you see the light somewhere in the middle, take a picture. Because you see, if I'm doing this here like this, I can't see the nail. I can't see what's going on. Same thing with this. There's not enough light for me to see what's going on.